Hi ladies, today I want to share with you one of my favorite poses at the moment that helps me to release pelvic floor muscle tension. But before we move to the posture, how can you tell that you have a tension in your pelvic floor muscles? One of the first and most obvious signs is that you feel pain and tension and cramps in your pelvic area, in the lower abdomen, lower back, and around your tailbone. Other signs may include tendency to constipation, painful intercourse, discomfort when inserting a tampon, and difficulty starting to urinate. If any of these sounds familiar, it's very possible that your pelvic floor muscles are tight. The causes may vary. In my case, for example, I was doing many squats and other leg and glute exercises with weights. And sometimes I didn't do stretching properly, especially I neglected for a period stretching of inner thigh muscles and the deep inner thigh muscles especially. And those muscles are very closely connected to the muscles of the pelvic floor through fascia and connective tissues. And if they remain tight, they transmit that tension to the pelvic floor muscles. For example, there are two obturator muscles, internal and external, that help to abduct the leg and stabilize the pelvis, that are often responsible for a tight pelvic floor. The inner thigh muscles support the glutes when we're doing our squats, for example. So if you are doing glute exercises, you're also working your inner thighs. That's why it's so important to include stretches for the inner thighs in your post-workout routine. And now the pose I want to show you today. It is called Happy Baby Pose in yoga. It's very simple and comfortable, although if you have a lot of tension or are not very flexible right now, it may feel a little uncomfortable at first. Don't worry, that's normal. This discomfort will pass. The key is to take it slow and remain aware of your body and of your sensation. Let me guide you step by step. So we're lying down on our back. First, try it with one leg. Bend your leg so that your shin is perpendicular to the floor. We're trying to have roughly 90 degrees angle. Move your knee to the side. It has to be wider than your chest. Using your hands or strap, gently pull your foot down. Try to keep your leg always bent at 90 degrees. Don't bend it further to help yourself. One thing is very important, that we need to keep our spine always on the floor. You don't have to round your back. If you round your back, you lose the essence of the exercise. We lose our stretching effect. So don't lift your pelvis. Your spine should stay neutral. This is one of the hardest parts of this exercise. When your pelvis is firmly grounded, you will feel a deeper stretch in the inner thigh and pelvic area. That's a good sign. Once you've done it on one side, repeat on the other just to feel the technique. And now we move to a full version with two legs bent. In this version, the stretch will feel much more intense, and that's okay. But the technique should remain the same. Our pelvis stays on the floor and our knees are gently moved down. The other very important part of this exercise is the breathing. When you are in this posture, bring your awareness inward. Focus on your belly and pelvic floor. As you inhale, try to relax your belly and notice if the pelvic floor muscles start to release as well. The goal is to observe, are these muscles staying tight or are they slowly softening with each breath? On the inhale, we imagine the pelvic area dropping down towards our feet. On the exhale, gently lifting back up towards our head. This natural movement of the pelvic floor muscles matches the movement of your breathing diaphragm. Stay in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths and then rest in the baby pose. Depending on how much time you have, repeat other 2, 3 or 4 times from 5 to 10 breaths. Don't rush. this practice needs time. If you want to feel the muscles of the pelvic floor, it takes time, it takes awareness and patience. But I can guarantee you that after 2 or 3 days in a row of doing this exercise, you will feel less tension, you will have more awareness of your pelvic floor. So if you're working out regularly, and I hope you do it if you are a woman over 40, you need to work out with weights. So if you do it, if you feel your muscles of the perineum tight, you need to do this posture after every workout. You can do it even separately when you have time and when you need it. It will give you almost instant release and the feel of lightness and freedom in the pelvic floor. If this video was helpful, give it a like, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel where I share useful information for women over 40 and 50 to stay strong and fit during menopause and menopause transition.